Hi everyone, just here to share my sobriety journey. I've not done a video on this before, so um, this is where I'm going to start off with. So, I think coming from the UK, and alcohol is a big indicator there. Everything is surrounded by drinking, any occasional event. So you sort of thrown into that environment from a young age, even after school at, I think it was 14, 15. You finish school on a Friday, you go to a shop and you get someone to go into the shop to buy you some beers or whatever it was. I remember at 14 I was drinking a quarter bottle of vodka on the park and it would cost £5 or something like that. And you start off very young, but as I got old, as I started getting into my late teens, I joined the army, and in the army again, massive drinking culture is so encouraged, and it's just a way to de-stress and unwind. And it's what we're taught, or it's what we're conditioned into, is that alcohol, you're feeling shit, drink. You're feeling good, drink. You're bored, drink. Or nothing to do, go for a drink, go to the pub. And this is what your life becomes around. But my alcoholism and my drinking just spiraled massively out of control. Like, I could never have just one drink. It will turn into two, then it'll turn into four, and then it'll be getting on the stronger stuff, and then I'll just drink till I blacked out. There's just no control behind it. And as I look back now, as I'm older and I don't drink no more, is like, I understand why I was drinking like that in the first place. But yeah, drinking just became the predominant force in my life. It was just a way to fabricate and use as a mask to overindulge instead of facing and finding out who I was. So I'd just get smashed and blackout drunk, and I'd wake up not knowing where I am, what I've done, who I spoke to, how much money I've spent, that anxiety you get after a weekend of heavy drinking. It's like, fuck, what did I do last night? And then it messes with your head. And then to the point when I was still in the army, I was starting to hate it, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. I started getting into trouble because I was just avoiding so many responsibilities, and I was just drinking all the time, like I just didn't care. And the trigger that changed was I got sent back to my old unit, and I didn't want to go. I got comfortable in this unit, sub-unit where I was based from, and one day they just said, you're going back to your regiment, and I was just like, fuck this, I don't even want to go back. And I went back there, and I just found it so hard to fit in, and I was just drinking continuously. I wasn't even going into work, I was drinking that much, I just didn't give a fuck. And I got in trouble because of that. But at one point, I think it just came to a moment, specifically November 28th, 2017, and we just got back from France from like an anniversary event of the regiment. And yeah, I think after that chaotic event, which again was around drinking and getting blackout drunk, I just hit a rock bottom. I just completely gave in, I surrendered. I accepted that I actually had a problem and I needed help, and I couldn't do this by myself, which resulted in a spiritual experience, spiritual awakening, or ego death, you could call it. From that moment, my life absolutely changed. I knew I would never ever drink again, but now it was time to actually do the work. Like, I knew I was never going to drink again, but now I have to deal with the withdrawal and the anxiety, the panic attacks, the all the other shit. So I got on the phone to someone that night, someone from an AA meeting I've never met before, but I was like, I think I have a problem and I need help with, because I can't stop drinking. So I did. I ended up going to AA's on Wednesday nights, but I didn't like them. Wasn't really for me. Felt very religious denomination that you'd all sit in a circle. I'm not saying this doesn't work. It does work for a lot of people, but I feel it's not caught up with the times. It's still going from a structure which is 100 years old. And I'm not saying don't go. If you have a drink problem, I do recommend it because you have support and you have accountability, but for me it just didn't work. So I had to go cold turkey by myself, and during this point sort of seen a light. I was like, I don't want to be in the army no more, and I want to get out and I want to travel. So that's what I did. I started the process while I was detoxing, and saved a lot of money because I wasn't drinking, and started getting my head straight. But the first couple of weeks, months was really difficult. Like, I stopped going to anywhere near the pub. I lost a lot of friends because the thought wasn't fun anymore. But I did start getting into books. I started getting into reading and listening to music and buying records, and that kind of became another obsession. So I started doing that instead, and yeah, I started the process of leaving, and I did. I left, I think it was 2019, September the 5th, 2019, I left the army then. So it took a while because I stayed in to save money for another year, and then after that I started the process of leaving, which takes about 6 to 8 months. So yeah, that's what I did, and I've been travelling since. Spent some time back in the UK, and I'm still not drinking. I'm 7 years plus sober now, and it's a massive achievement to do by yourself. Even after 7 years though, you're not out of the woods, because it does sneak up on you. Like, a few months ago I was in Rome, and the thought came to me, and it became so reinforced that I was like, oh, I'm in Rome, it'd be nice to have a glass of wine. And I actually struggled. I really struggled, like, for about 2 days fighting with this idea, and I had to get on the phone to someone and have a chat, and after that I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. So got one of those non-alcoholic alternatives, which, yeah, did the job, had some food, and after that I was absolutely fine. But you're never out the woods. It's a day-to-day thing, but the thing I always say to anyone, if you have a problem, you will not see it until you accept that it is your responsibility, that this is destroying yourself and it is destroying other people, and everything around you is falling apart. You don't see it in that illusion because you don't care, and you don't think you're hurting anyone, but you do. You hurt everyone. You hurt every relationship. You hurt every career. You destroy everything. Everything around you just falls to pieces. But yeah, I would say accept that you have a problem. Be honest from the heart, and seek out help. There's always help. Accountability for sure. You need someone there to just pull you in when you feel like you're going off the rails. And this is the same with anything. All you got to do is accept that you have a problem. It could be with anything, and then shift your mindset to something else, something more important in your life. But life has never been better. I promise you now, life is so good without alcohol, without drinking, waking up sober every day, having money in the bank, having good relationships with people, feeling confident in yourself that you can do everything without alcohol, that you thought you couldn't do. Um, but go for it. 100% recommend it to anyone. It's a very good path. And this is what I want to create now, is just sharing videos and helping people through their journey and their struggles, and see where it goes, take it day by day. Thank you.